Hi again, it's Sassy Beauty 69 and it's 3:21 a.m. Having trouble sleeping, obviously. Um Found out a couple hours ago that my father is in the hospital again, suffering from heart trouble and having a little bit of trouble sleeping because my dad and I aren't speaking. We're not on speaking terms. And this is a problem for me simply because I lost my grandfather in '84 and we weren't on good terms. And I didn't get the opportunity before he passed away to say I love you and get the opportunity to say goodbye. So that has stuck with me to make sure that whenever you're in an argument, you make sure that you settle everything and you don't hold any grudges, and you have the opportunity to tell your loved ones that you love them, because you never know when is the last time you have that opportunity to speak to them or be able to tell them how you truly feel about them. And I'm heartbroken because I'm not speaking to my father by my own choice. It's his choice. And I'm truly hurt because I would love to have a relationship with him, but over the history of things, I've been hurt by him and by his actions. I'm always accused of doing things, and I don't even live in the same state he lives in. And whenever something arrives or occurs in their life, I'm the first one to be blamed. I have been emotionally scarred by his words and physically abused. So I carry that scar, and when I confront him with the abuse, he accuses me of being a liar. I was there. I suffered the abuse of his hands, and I suffered the abuse from his mouth. And although I've forgiven him many times, whenever he reminds me through his anger, I shut myself off from him. So as much as it hurts me that he's in the hospital, I still remember those words from our last fight. Also, I'm going through a great deal, and I reached out to my husband. And he knows I'm going through a lot. He knows that I'm vulnerable. But instead of picking up the phone and talking to me, he's ignoring me. And the last thing he remembers of me is having a breakdown and wanting to take pills and take my life. That's the last time he saw me. So I think about that too. That's the last time you saw me. And that's the last time you spoke to me. And I'm reaching out to you. I'm vulnerable in my life. There's a lot of things that's happening. And while I was in the hospital, you decided to pack your bags and leave me. And this is a time when I need you. And you're my husband. And while he's away, he's cheating. While he was here, he's cheating. And I don't understand him. And I spoke with my therapist, and she said to me, "Why do you even want him back? He sounds like a jerk." I asked myself the same question. You know, deep down inside, I've dealt with so much from him. I ask myself the same question, honestly. Why do I even want him back? But love does some crazy things to you, and you accept things from when you've been abused, and some people think that it isn't normal. But when you've been abused all your life, you learn to accept anything is acceptable in your life. Any form of abuse, as long as you feel loved, it's acceptable to you. Especially when you're suffering from a chronic disease and so many people are pushed away from you and they don't understand, you know, and it's hard for me to accept myself, and people can tell me till I'm blue in the face, till they're blue in the face, that I deserve better. I know I deserve better, but are you going to assist me to give me a better life? You know, it's not that simple. And I think they should have a dating site for us sufferers, so that way we can intermingle and find people like-minded like ourselves that understand each other, you know? I think that would help us, because then we can relate to each other and be able to help each other, you know? I was in a relationship for 6 years with a wonderful man that suffered from with fibromyalgia. At the time, I didn't have fibromyalgia. I was suffering with chronic pain. I wasn't diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And I was very sensitive to his needs and his wants and his, you know, his pain. And that was the best relationship I've ever had in my entire life. The only thing is, it had a lot of ups and downs. And once I was free of that relationship, it was like a big load off my chest. So I know that we are a lot, and we come with a lot of baggage. I know that. And when I meet someone, I tell them what to expect from me, because I know that it takes a lot to get involved with people like ourselves. Hold one moment. I woke up also in pain out of bed, for having pain in my hips and my back. And I should have taken my tizanidine before I started the video, and I'm having the sharp pains right now in my back, so I better take something now, so that way when I'm done I can just go right to sleep, hopefully. Just pardon me for a moment. I'm sorry. I take tizanidine, which is an anti-inflammatory medication, and it doesn't do much. You know, I was on it years ago on a stronger dosage. It helped, but they tiered it down to a milder dosage, so it doesn't help. I take 2. Sometimes I increase it myself and take 3, you know, just so I can have some relief. Anyhow, I'm trying very hard to keep it together. My therapist kept pushing me today, or yesterday rather, of asking me, what is it that I need from her? And I told her I have a goal, because like I mentioned, I've had suicidal thoughts recently. Last Friday, I admitted myself into the hospital. So she asked me, what are my goals? She was pushing me to admit myself in the hospital again. And I said to her, on Friday, I admitted myself in the hospital not because I wanted to commit suicide, but I was starting to feel those thoughts, and I was implementing my coping skills, and all the coping skills that I was implementing wasn't working. I was picking up the phone, calling family members and friends, and listening to my music, and everything was failing. And what happened is I had a big blow up with my husband that pushed me over the edge. And so I had to admit myself. So that way I had the opportunity to speak to a therapist and a psychiatrist. So she kept pushing me to admit myself in the hospital yesterday, and I told her, I said, I'm dealing with my coping skills right now, and it's not necessary for me to admit myself again in the hospital. She asked me what are my coping skills. Well, my coping skills, one is doing my journaling here on YouTube. My coping skills is also I have my composition, where I also write in my journal. I write poetry. I also draw. I write scriptures. I read Bible. I listen to music. I talk to my friends. I have some very good friends. A couple of my coping skills, and the reason why I'm sharing this with you, because a lot of us are suicidal, and so I want to share some of my coping skills with you. I learned this when I attempted suicide back in September. Just volunteer those 3 simple words, or show me a cause of action to ease my mind and heal my wounded heart like a wingless bird. I wrote this in a poem. Quarrels are senseless and should be far in between, and our personal problems should always to others go unseen. I miss the passion, romance, and courtship. I just realized I'm reading the poem that I wrote my husband. Sorry. Okay. Coping skills. After the storm, spend a lot of time trying to make sense of things. And if you're religious, how could a loving God let this happen? Why wasn't He taking care of me? Well, you can now see God's hand even in this time of difficulty. He is a banner over me. And what it is basically he's protecting us. And you have to remember that Jesus paid a huge price for us, and that's how much we mean to Him. And it's important to remember His sacrifice for us, and we have to think about one thing: our loved ones. How would you want our loved ones to tell if we are selfish and we attempt suicide? How do you want your loved ones to tell how would you like for your loved ones to tell others how you died? You want them to tell your loved ones that you took your life? I have 3 beautiful grandkids, and my therapist asked me this question: how would you like for your children to tell your grandkids how you died? Do you want your children to tell your grandkids that you took your life? And my answer was no. I would hope that they would just say I died. And I didn't think about my kids actually telling my grandkids that I took my life. So that had me thinking, I would never, I love my grandkids with all my heart, and I would never want my grandkids to know that I took my life, that I gave up. Because then if they are feeling down and they have their struggles, they would think that it would be okay, that it's okay to take their life because their grandma did it. I have something to share with you. My mother also suffers from mental illness, and she attempted to take her life many times. Same thing with my stepmother. And because of that, and because I know that, I feel deep down inside that it's acceptable for me to attempt it. I wish that my parents, my grandparents never shared that with me, because if they never shared that with me, then I wouldn't think that it was acceptable to attempt the same thing. So, with that being said, I hope that my kids would never tell my grandkids that I've even attempted it. I hope that my kids would never tell my grandkids that I suffer from such extreme mental health issues. I hope that that would be just between us. They're young now, and it's something that I want to keep from them, because I don't think that it's okay for my grandkids to know something that's so personal, because it's unacceptable. And from my own personal experience, if that was something that was kept from me, then I wouldn't think that it was okay. So I share a lot of things with everyone publicly. I don't know who you are. You watch my videos, you're a stranger to me. But I share these things with you because many of us suffer from the same things, and we have a lot of common things, well, a lot of things in common. There are over 1 billion people in this country that are suffering from things. And for example, when I was in this hospital, which wasn't fit for me, there was a kid, 24 years old. His birthday is March 25th. He's 20 days younger than my middle son. He's a heroin addict. He tried to hang himself, and his whole face here was all bruised. And I sat there and I talked to him and I said, don't you ever, ever do that again. And I said, were you on heroin when you did that? And he said, yes. And I said to him, if you wasn't high, would you have attempted to hang yourself? He said, no. And I said to him, I said, I don't know about you, but I'm a wimp. When I'm feeling down and I've attempted to commit suicide, I wouldn't do it to hurt myself. Would do it by taking pills. So I was telling him that I wouldn't do anything to intentionally harm myself. So why do it? I said it's not worth it. It's not worth it. The same thing when I was in the hospital back in September, which led into October. I was in the hospital and I was in there counseling people. Here I am in there supposed to be seeking help, and I was counseling the people that were in there. Like I said, my minor was psychology, and I would talk to the kids and people my age, my peers, and that's because I connected with them. They were like-minded people like myself. So sometimes I would think, who am I to tell you not to do it? But I did honestly learn from my experience, because they take everything away from you. You have no phone. You're basically, you're in jail because it's against the law to do this. They take everything away from you. You can't wear anything with strings. You have paper products. You don't have your cell phone. You can't talk to your family. You have a certain toothbrush like you are in jail. You can't use certain mouthwash with alcohol. Certain products you can't use any products with alcohol. No hair ties, makeup. Maybe a little makeup. I'm not sure, but it can't have alcohol. You're basically you are in jail. You share a shower with males and females, and you walk around in a hospital gown. You may be able to wear your own clothes, but again, no strings on your clothes. If you have strings, they remove the strings. I mean, you are literally in jail. You can have phone calls. People can call you, but your phone calls are limited for you to make outgoing phone calls. You're required to attend X amount of meetings before they'll let you go home. It's, I'm telling you, it's against the law. Basically, you lose all your rights. So it's not worth even attempting. Okay? And so think about that, because that's the reason why I've gone this far and I haven't done it again. I've had the thoughts, but I haven't gone through with it because it's not worth it. You're violated. You violate yourself, and then you're violated when you're going to the hospital. So anyhow, I couldn't sleep, and I'm starting to, excuse me, feel a little tired. But I just needed to talk. This is my therapy. Maybe therapy for you. And like I said, I don't know you. You don't know me. My subscribers are getting to know me. And please subscribe. And please share my video. And follow me on Twitter. I need as much support as I can get. We all need support. And if you need support, please by all means reach out. And I will do my best to be as supportive as I can. And if you have any questions, please by all means ask. Obviously, I'm an open book. All you have to do is go in the top search on YouTube and type Sassy Beauty 69, and you'll see all of my videos. Since 2009, I have been doing the journaling. And you will see me at my worst, and you'll see me at my best. You see videos of me singing. Not that I'm the best singer, but hey, I have my good and my bad days. I feel migraine coming on. Anyhow, I beg you to please keep in touch, because you never know. I may not be online for a while, and it touches me if you're reaching out to me and want to know where I'm at, because you never know what tomorrow may bring, especially the way I've been feeling lately. So please communicate with me. I want to know how you are doing as well. You can, I would love to see videos. You attach your, I forgot how you do it, but you just went blank. But you can send me your YouTube videos as remarks to my videos. I would love to see that. I miss that. And so I don't care if you touch makeup tutorials, hair tutorials, I music tutorials, sing me a song, or dedicate a song. I don't care. Art, you're talented. Just let me know that you're watching and you support me and you're thinking of me. I can use all of the support. Believe me, I can. Because I sit in this house all alone. And I really, truly, I'm being very honest with you. I need the support. You have no idea how many times I cry. And right now, I'm pleading, I need the support. Thank you so much for watching. I love you for caring, and I love you for sharing. And I appreciate all your comments. I really, truly do. God bless you. This is Sassy Beauty. Please follow me on Twitter, SassyBeauty69, SassYBeauty69, no spaces. Thank you and God bless, and I love you.